They say childhood does not last forever, but its impact does. In this video, we'll explore how our earliest connections, explained through attachment theory, shape us for life. Let's talk about one of the most important theories that explains it all. I used to think that the way we bond as children faded with time, that once we grew up, we simply left it behind. But then I learned about attachment theory, and everything clicked. It was first introduced by psychologist John Bowlby, who believed that a child's early bond with their caregiver becomes the blueprint for how they'll connect with others for the rest of their life. And once I started looking through that lens, so much made sense, not just about children, but about us as adults. The way we were cared for in our earliest days, held, spoken to, soothed, or left waiting, wondering, silenced. It all leaves a mark, not just in memory, but in how we love, trust, and connect for life. There are 4 main attachment styles, and each one tells a story. Let's walk through them one after the other with compassion. 1. Secure attachment. This happens when a child feels safe, seen, and soothed. The caregiver is consistent, emotionally available, and responsive, not perfect, just present. The child learns, I'm worth loving. I can depend on others. My needs matter. As adults, securely attached people are comfortable with closeness. They ask for help when needed. They don't fear love because love never felt unsafe. You might recognize this in people who can set boundaries and stay emotionally connected, who aren't afraid to say I need you without shame. It's not a sign of luck. It's often a sign of early emotional safety. 2. Anxious attachment. This forms when care is inconsistent. Sometimes the caregiver is attuned, and other times distracted, overwhelmed, or emotionally unavailable. The child learns to cling harder, hoping that love won't leave. They internalize messages like, if I try hard enough, maybe I'll be noticed. Love feels like anxiety. As adults, this can look like people-pleasing, fear of abandonment, or a need for constant reassurance. It's not being needy, it's a nervous system desperately trying to feel safe. Even a delayed text reply can feel like rejection, not because they're irrational, but because their early relationships taught them love was uncertain. 3. Avoidant attachment. This is the opposite side of the same coin. The child learns that expressing needs often leads to discomfort or rejection, so they stop trying. The message becomes, it's safer not to need anyone. If I stay independent, I won't get hurt. These children often grow into adults who avoid closeness, shut down emotionally, or struggle with vulnerability even when they crave connection. You might hear things like, I'm fine. I don't do emotions. Or, I don't want to be a burden. Underneath the distance, a longing for connection that never felt safe enough to reach for. 4. Disorganized attachment. This is the most complex and often the most painful. It happens when the caregiver is both a source of comfort and fear. The child is stuck in a confusing loop. The person I run to is also the one I fear. This often stems from trauma, neglect, or a caregiver who is themselves deeply dysregulated. The child doesn't know what to expect: love, punishment, shame, silence. As adults, this may show up as intense relationships, emotional outbursts, or pushing people away just to pull them back in. It's not chaos for no reason. It's a survival pattern that formed when love felt dangerous. But here's the hope. Attachment styles are not life sentences. They're patterns that were created in relationship and can also be healed in relationship. Through safe connections, therapy, reflection, and even parenting our own children with awareness, we can rewire those patterns. Every time we respond differently with warmth instead of withdrawal, with calm instead of criticism, we're making repairs. Small moments, repeated over time, become new blueprints. As Dr. Becky Kennedy says, kids don't need perfect parents, they need present ones. And the same is true for us as adults. So whether you're raising a child or reparenting yourself, attachment theory reminds us that healing is possible, not through perfection, but through presence, through honesty, through repair. Every time we choose connection over correction, every time we respond instead of react, we're shaping not just behavior, but a child's sense of self. And that's the most powerful parenting tool we have. Childhood doesn't last forever, but its impact does. Let's make it a healthy one for the children in our care and for the child we once were. Thank you for watching. If this video spoke to your heart, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it. See you in the next video. Bye for now.